many of you organize your closet by colors? Thank you. How many of you love starting conversation with strangers in an elevator, or on a plane, or standing in line? Thank you. Who here makes the classic to-do list and check things off during the day? Great. Well, what seemed just like a habit could actually be a natural talent. Congratulations on being here with me today. Congratulations on choosing to invest in your own growth. That choice already says a lot about you, and I deeply value that. By the end of our conversation today, you will learn how to potentialize your talents for success. How many of you would you like to learn how to maximize your potential? Thank you, that's great. That is exactly what we're gonna explore it today. So, many times we are very unclear between talent and strength. According to the Gallup Institute, created of the strength methodology, talent is your way of thinking, feeling, and behaving. Talent, it's like a muscle with potential. Strength are when you put your talents into practice with intention and awareness. Like when you go to the gym to intentionally strengthen your muscles. Also, you can go intentionally strengthen your talents. Think about like this. If you don't train your muscles, nothing will happen. If you don't train your talents, your performance does not advance. But if you train your muscles, you will have a high performance. Likewise, if you train your talents, you intentionally strengthen your potential. And your talents become your resources to meet your goals, to help to meet your goals, or face a challenge. Talent is potential. Strength is performance. Talent is potential, and strength is performance. That's great. So let me tell you a little bit about my journey for you to understand how I found my talents and the path that brought me here. Since I was little, I was already practicing leadership and people management. I always have the instinct to help others. Always practicing leadership. I remember at school, I finished my activities very quickly, not to leave early, but to help classmates who were struggling. I created study groups for exams, for college entrance tests, always to help my friends. And guess where we would meet? At my house. Somehow, I took on the role of organizer, leader, advisor, and mentor. All the time, I always want to support people, to guide them toward better paths and better results. I was always building connection with others, which I later discovered that was one of my talents, connection. My career was very diverse. I worked as a lawyer, entrepreneur, team trainer, leadership developer, direct sales, environmental agencies, and in the mining industry. But something truly transformational in my life when I decided to combine my all experience with my natural talents. That was when I rediscovered my essence and began developing my strengths. I never understood why people called me to mediate conflicts among my friends. As a lawyer, I never enjoyed litigation or dispute. I always was looking for agreements that work for both sides. That was my talent of harmony and fairness, which I didn't know that I had yet. I never understood why everything I took it on, I performed so well. That was my discipline talent, also hidden at the time. Once I discovered my essence, my natural talents, everything changed in my life. My productivity increased, my self-esteem grew, and I start to achieving my goals in a surprising ways. My well-being and my personal satisfaction rose. And after that, a big opportunities start to appear and do it today. It was like I had found my own activation code. That was when I decided to teach leaders to have a high performance while maintaining their values, their essence, and strengthening their talents so they can show up as the best versions of themselves and succeed in all areas of the life. The idea is very simple, but just because we have the culture to worry or overcome our weakness, we may not spend our energy developing our talents, strengthening our talents. Think of like this. Just because you are not sad doesn't mean that you are happy. Just because you are not sick doesn't mean that you are healthy. Just because you are overcome weakness doesn't mean that you have excellence. How many of you notice that I ask a lot of questions? How many of you are tired about my questions? There is a reason why I ask a lot of questions. It's not to treat you as a baby. It's just because to potentialize your talents requires energy. If you don't remember nothing else from here today, just remember this. To potentialize your talents requires what? Energy. And the rule is very simple. In a dispute or negotiation, who wins is who has more energy. Simple like that. Who has a kid at home? How many of you were a child once? When the child has more energy than you, who wins? Who wins? So let's start from the principle that to become a better person requires what? Energy. To use your talents with intention requires what? Energy. To transform your talents into strength requires what? Energy. Let's do this together. When I count to 3, everyone say the word energy here. Out loud, okay? Let's do it? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Energy. We can do better. Let's do again. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3. Energy, yes. I'll keep asking questions. The more energy you put in, the more your brain trains itself to grow. Because to potentialize energy, it means activation the right energy to grow, to achieve, to lead. Talent without energy is wasted potential. But talent with energy, is powerful impact. There are 3 steps to potentialize your talents. 3 steps. You start with your talents and finish with your strengths. 3 steps to transform talents into strengths. The Gallup Institute called this the talent development triad. 3 simple steps. Step number 1, identify. Recognize your talents. Ask yourself, what do I naturally do well? What feels easy for me but hard for others? Step number 2, stop saying, oh, it's just normal. No, it's not just normal. It's special. Recall your talents, how your talents help you to achieve things. Step number 3, direct. Use your talents strategically, intentionally, aligning with what truly matters to you. The more you use them, they become your strengths and resources for any goal you set. I imagine you are very curious about how to discover your natural talents. My tip for you today, is make a list of 5 things you do very well. Things that feel naturally and easy. Ask for feedback. Ask for parents, teacher, or friends. When do you think I shine? And observe your daily life. When do you lose track of time because you love what you are doing? Hold on those talents. It's not random. It's your seeds of a greatness. When you identify, value, and direct your talents, they stop being just seeds and become superpower. That is a quote I really love. Howard Thurman, philosopher and civil rights leader, said, "Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, and go do that. Because what the world needs is people who are fully alive." So the world doesn't need you to be everything. The world needs you to be 100% yourself. So potentialize your talents. Start to practicing with intention to transform your natural talents into powerful strengths. When you potentialize your talents, you will start to see a lot of success and opportunities. And your sense of, your great sense of well-being and purpose, you're going to see that. This will inspire change, starting with your own self. Thank you very much.